All right. Yeah, Matthew, like his talk was absolutely amazing, and I'm glad that I'm the last one because there's a lot of overlap with what he said and what I said, and I'm sure y'all gonna get a lot of value from my talk. My talk is the power of opportunities, and I'm sure a lot of y'all probably wondering how can I get opportunities. So this talk that I'm about to share with you will kind of help y'all out a little bit if you maybe you're having a hard time with it. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'm always a guy where I'm always looking for opportunities. People always wondering like, Cam, like how are you able to do this? And if you already know, I'm a web developer, also a podcast host. So I talk to a lot of people from different backgrounds, and a lot of my talks that I'm going to be talking about today is going to be stuff that either I've learned on my own or from people that I've talked to that have come on my podcast. So first thing I want to talk about is, let me see. All right. Opportunity miss. So, a lot of people are wondering, you know, do I got to be an expert to get these opportunities, right? Because, all the time, at least with me, like when I started as a web developer, I thought you had to have like 3, 4, 5 years experience to be able to be qualified. And I think Matthew talked about this before, where it took him a while to apply to some of these jobs because he didn't think he was ready. But a lot of times you're more ready than you think you are, but a lot of it's imposter syndrome. So, you got to make sure that, even if you don't think you're ready, just apply because 9 times out of 10, if you apply, you're going to get some type of response back. And then from that point forward, you can kind of adjust based on the responses that you're getting. So definitely start applying for opportunities as soon as you can. Another point is some people think you got to have a whole lot of luck to be able to get these opportunities. I don't know about y'all. You know, I when I go to casinos or go to get a scratch off whatever it is, I never win those things. And I'm a guy who don't have a whole lot of luck. Some people they're lucky if you go to those places, they win everything. But I'm big on creating your own luck. So what does that mean? Create your own luck. People that are really talented, people that are in the NBA, NHL, whatever sport that you watch, a lot of those people spent years and years of hard work to get to where they are today. So you just got to put in the hours, put in the work. So eventually it's all going to pay off and eventually those opportunities will come to you as opposed to you kind of just hoping that things will work out because, sometimes they do, but if you put yourself in the right position, things will work out that way. And another point is another myth that I see a lot is you need to have a certification or degree to get opportunities or jobs. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you don't need that. Like every once in a while, there's an opportunity where you can't get because you don't have a certification or degree. But if you have the skills, you're going to find some work. So just, keep working hard at what you're doing and don't worry about that. And if they do ask for that, apply anyways because you never know because some people they have that requirement but they're just trying to see who they can get, and if you're like one of the only people that ever applied because maybe they had maybe 50 applicants and you're the only one that has the skills, they're going to pick you. So definitely do that. Like like I said, don't disqualify yourself. Take advantage of any opportunities you see, and that's like my 3 myths that I want to tell people to try to listen to those myths. So I'm gonna tell my journey because you're probably wondering how did I get to this position of me talking about this today. I'm a self-taught developer, like most of y'all that are watching this. You know, didn't really know a whole lot before I learned how to code. I'm a guy where I used to work at a thrift store, and now I'm a developer. And the reason why I'm a developer because I figured out, okay, like I got to figure out a way to make money and live a better life for myself because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to work a dead end job the whole rest of my life. And a lot of people that are listening maybe can relate to that story. Maybe you're working a job right now where you're trying to get out of it. This is the best opportunity because there's jobs, every day. Like people are always hiring developers. So definitely take advantage now because this is the best time to take advantage of that. I went to a coding boot camp because I decided that the self-taught route really wasn't the right path for me. I feel like I maybe could have got a job after that point, but I just didn't feel like I was ready. Don't regret it at all because if I never joined Lambda School, which is the boot camp that I went to, I never would be doing what I'm doing today. So I don't regret that at all. And I also have a podcast, and I think I mentioned this already, where I talk to different people of color in the industry, and we just have different conversations about stuff that maybe isn't said, in the industry, and also is a way for any of y'all that maybe don't relate to some, maybe can't relate because you never heard anybody that has that particular story. You can hear someone that actually went through what you're probably going through and inspire you. Because I don't know about you, but every once in a while, I like to listen to people's stories because, you know, if someone has a story that's similar to mine, that motivates me when, days where maybe I want to give up or days where, I'm having a hard time trying to push forward. And if you have someone like that, it will, have you keep going on. So then hopefully you'll be able to stick with it because like people have said already in these talks earlier, it's a lot about is just being consistent. 'Cause if you're consistent, eventually you're going to see the results. And, to go to my last point is talking about, being consistent. I would be able to be consistent and I was able to get my first client, which I never thought that I would get a client, a freelance client, before I got an actual job in the industry, which, and I think people always misconstrue this point where, you got to do this to do this. I think any way you get in, definitely do it. Like, if you are, going the freelance route and you make a lot of money, keep doing that. You don't have to do, working for a company if you're making a lot of money doing something else. Like, and I think as long as you get in and you figure out what works for you, then eventually, like, you're gonna find a way to create a better path for yourself and figure out, like, maybe okay, maybe this is working out for me. So then I should be just focusing all my time and energy into marketing and trying to create more sales for myself because if I can, build my own business and I don't have to struggle and I can do what I need to do, then maybe long term is better for me. So definitely don't stray away from whatever you're doing. Don't listen to people either. Like if people are telling you shouldn't do this, then that means that you're on the right path because a lot of times they're telling you that means that you're on the right path and that means that you're on something special. So always listen to your gut, like no matter what. So don't quit. That's the biggest thing I should tell anybody. Okay, so my last point before I talk about my opportunity that I have for a lot of y'all is okay. You're wondering, okay, you heard all this different advice that I gave you. How do I find opportunities? I think Matthew talked about this already, but you want to reach out to your network. Reach out to people that friends, family. Those are the easiest people to be able to reach out to. Because 9 times out of 10, one of those people either needs a website done, needs a web app done, or needs some type of service that you provide. So reach out to those people because those are the easiest people to get. Even if you charge them $100, that's $100 more than you made yesterday. So don't worry about how low you're charging people at the start because once you get that first client, like sky's the limit because that you get that motivation that you're able to get another client, another client, another client. So stay at it and try not to worry about the numbers early on, but just try to get clients if you can get clients. Also research in-demand skills. Like if you only know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you're not getting hired anywhere, you're not getting paid anywhere, try to learn React or try to learn Shopify. Learn something skill that is in really high demand that people pay a whole lot of money for because there's a lot of jobs in those type of fields. So definitely do that. And also put yourself out there. Like that's probably the most important thing I would tell anybody. Like, people don't know you, don't know about you. It's hard to make money and hard to get opportunities. So, if you're learning a new skill, learning something in demand like Shopify or, learning something about React or Next.js or whatever it is, start making videos about it. Start posting on LinkedIn. Start posting projects that you did. Start doing all those different things because eventually it's all going to compound and all eventually going to come together because you're a quote unquote expert in the field because you're showing validation of what you know. And someone will look at it, because I get random emails all the time, people that check out what I did, whether that's, projects I've done, my podcast that I do, stuff that I've talked about years ago, and it all, like I said, you have to think about it like this. Like maybe right now you're not going to see the results that you want, but eventually long term, you're going to see those results pay off because you were putting in the building blocks, putting in the work. Like I mentioned before about the athletes, day one, they probably weren't LeBron James. Like LeBron James, he wasn't the most amazing player, coming out, when he first started picking up a basketball, but eventually he got better and better and he became who he is today. He lost finals, a couple times before we actually won one. So you just got to just put in that effort, and you got to just see that maybe you're not going to see the results, that you want, but and eventually you may see something that's different than what you thought you were going to see. So definitely just stay at it. Like I said, if you need someone that can push you, I'm your guy. Like I said, I'm always available on Slack or Twitter or anywhere else. And, I'll make sure I'll put you straight. Like I'll make sure that everything can work out for you if you need that motivation. So I'm going to talk about an opportunity that I think everybody should be. If you don't have a job, I'm telling you, this is the most awesome, most ambitious thing that I've ever done. And it's called the Hack Spot. The Hack Spot is a brand new coding competition that I'm starting. You're going to have 24 hours, like a hackathon. I don't know if any of y'all have done a hackathon that are watching, but, hackathons are really amazing if you've never done one. But this is going to be like a hackathon on steroids. This is going to be something that I promise you, if you do it, you're going to get some looks. You're going to get some people that look at you. Some opportunities are going to come from this. And we're going to have 3 judges that are going to review all the submissions and help determine the winner. We haven't determined all the projects yet, but I guarantee you the projects are going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully, a couple of y'all get a job out of this, but this is going to be something that has never been done before that I've seen. I'm going to find the best, most talented junior developers in Oklahoma. So if you are a junior developer looking for a job, you're job ready, definitely apply. Hit me up on my email at cam@betweentwodivs.com, DIVS, cam@betweentwodivs.com, because, like I said, there's going to be some amazing stuff. We're going to try to get this started in August. And actually, I'm going to show my site so you can check out my site. It's going to be live tonight. If y'all want to check it out. Can y'all see it?
Yes.
My site? Okay, cool. So yeah, it's the Hack Spot. So you'll be able to sign up on my site. It's real devs, real stories, everybody that competes. We're going to get to know every single developer that competes in this competition. And all you got to do on the site, if you get on the site later on tonight, is go to hackspot.tv, send your name, email, and a message. And then I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun. So, I appreciate everybody that, did this talk. If you have any questions, especially, stuff that's concerning this competition, and like I said, I'm more than willing to answer any of those questions. Appreciate the talk, and I appreciate it. Thank you.